Dawson Rider Review.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with a review of fighting action Robo Zyuoh King from Dobutsu Sentai Zyuohger. So, you're probably familiar with this, maybe, probably, I don't know. But they're just little, basically candy toy figures. They're really cheap figures that come with a little cheapo candy of Megazords or Mecha or whatever. And I can't remember how long they've been doing this. I think just since last year that I remember at least getting them. I could be totally wrong. But the last one I believe I got, and possibly the only one, was Tokyo Rainbow. But I wanted one for Zyuoh King because I really like the design, and even though I'm okay with the blockiness of the main mecha because it's the way they kind of have to function, I wanted something more articulated, and it's just generally fun to have these type of figures. I don't need to justify myself. I will not explain myself, even though I just did. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and this is the box it comes with. Really nothing that spectacular. You have a picture of Zyuoh Eagle there, the Zord on the top, pretty cool shot of all five, Megazord there. I'm probably making so many people mad by calling it a Megazord, but it's just so much easier. There's a cool production shot of it right there in front of the toy, and then, you know, it's kind of like a figure arts box, basically. It shows you the stuff you can do with them. But yeah, that's about it. Very, very simple stuff. He only comes with one thing, which is this little sword here, which is pretty much actually the size of the other one, which is just this silvery piece. It's actually pretty well painted. If I could get this camera to not be a poop head, it's got kind of a nice silver paint to it. The camera's still being a poop head, and I apologize. But anyway, detail-wise, this guy's pretty damn solid, especially for the price. Pretty damn good head sculpt there. You even see the little tiny face details in there. I mean, the colors on this guy, in general, in terms of the way he's designed, are very basic to start with, so there's not really much to mess up, but they all look good. Like, I mean, the plastic looks good, the red, the white, the black all looks good off of each other. It captures the details from the show for the most part, and the color vibrancy is great on them. So it captures what is a simplistic design very well, and articulation-wise, it's very well done. Nice ball joint here. As you can see, there's a really great range of motion. You got I believe this is basically a double elbow joint. If it's not, it functions like one, because you get a really good range of motion there. There is, like, undersided hollow pieces and whatnot under there, though. And then you have a nice joint on his leg as well, also a great range of motion, and basically what I'm going to consider to be more or less a double knee joint. Sorry about that, camera lost focus for a second, because it does get hindered by how large it is, but I mean, that's a pretty good range of motion there. And then you also do have a little bit ball joint on his foot, which is nice, swiveling at the waist, and a nice little ball joint on the head. You can get some up and down movement and some swiveling, but that's pretty much it. And overall, it's just, there's not a whole lot to say. It's just kind of a very nice little articulated figure. I think the coolest thing about it, to be honest, is its price. It's very, very cheap because it's just a candy toy thing, but it's a really nice quality for how cheap it is. I mean, it's very well articulated, and it has some pretty damn good details, and honestly, other than some of the slightly hollow bits, this is basically more or less, maybe the plastic might be a better quality, but in terms of like paint and articulation, what you would get from a standard, you know, release figure in America here for a Megazord, and it would be about $7 retail, which is actually not too often or far off from what this is, depending on shipping and whatnot. But it's a really nice cheap figure, and it's nice to be able to not spend a lot of money and have something really nice to represent something you like. So if you're into Zyuohger or Zyuoh King and the design, I can definitely recommend checking it out for how cheap it is for basically being a really nice little figure. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure you check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangerambles.com, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.